Hello, YouTube Nation. Welcome to SportsCenter on YouTube. He's David Lloyd. I'm Ryan Smith. Let's get you all caught up.
Okay, baseball uniqueness at Fenway. The Red Sox and Blue Jays using the same player for one game. We will explain.
You don't love that word, but first, let's get you to history in a couple of places. Can we start with milestones, please? Aaron Judge and Caitlin Clark hitting new ones all season, and they were at it again on Monday. Clark and the Fever taking on the Dream in Atlanta. And late in the first quarter, a little scary moment here. Take a look at Clark fighting to a screen on D and falls to the floor holding her ankle. That is the last thing Indiana wants to see. She stays on the floor after the play. Take another look at this. Rolls her ankle, that left one, on a non-contact play. So teammates and trainers get her on her feet. She walks off on her own power, gets to the bench, would stay there for the rest of the quarter. Second quarter, Kelsey Mitchell. Nice move there. The crossover, in for two. Game high 29, Fever up 10. And look who's back. Clark, the miss right there. Gets it right back. Looking good. No worse for wear on that ankle. Fever up 15. Clark doing good. Third quarter, Clark, watch this. Oh! Behind the back crossover has Maya Caldwell on skates. Look at that. And then the finish. Fever up 11 after 3. Fourth quarter. Dream have cut the deficit to 6. Nia Coffey for 3. Got it. This game key for playoff positioning. That's going to have more on that coming up. But 20 seconds left now. Dream with the possession. Trying to even the score. Tina Charles missing the 3. Maya Caldwell gets the offensive rebound. Gets back to Charles, but Aaliyah Boston, the interception. Fever go on to win. Clark had 19. And Caitlin, tell us a little bit more about that ankle tweak.
Yeah, I saw the replay. I look really soft. It wasn't that bad of a turn, but it hurt. So sometimes you just need a second to to give yourself a second. If you ever sprain your ankle, it just kind of stings for a little bit. So I was good. They're like, "You want to go in the back?" I'm like, "No, please, just tape right here. Let's go. We gotta keep going, get on with the game." But I've done it a few times, so it is what it is. Every basketball, you're not a real basketball player if you haven't sprained your ankles a bunch. That's when you know.
And you're not a real sports anchor unless you've covered a Caitlin Clark milestone. She reached another one in her remarkable rookie season on Monday. It was her 21st game with at least 15 points and 5 assists this season, the most in a single campaign by anyone in WNBA history. Clark has 10 more regular season games to add on to her new record.
I don't want to get judgy here, but Aaron took a day off from hitting dingers to steal home runs instead. To D.C. we go. Yanks and Nationals pick it up, bottom of the fourth. Andres Chaparro, there's a drive to center. Judge lining it up, gets his 6-7 frame up there, brings it back. Even better, bounces off the wall, comes up throwing, and the runner is doubled off first base. Unbelievable play, great relay. Here's what Aaron Boone had to say about his center fielder.
With just called it his 52nd homer of the year. Night they keep him in the ballpark, he takes one back from the other side. So just, it's just a little reminder of how many other things he does well.
That's the new math. That's the new math. 52 home runs, apparently. 6th inning. Dylan Cruz, the number 2 pick in 2023. His debut, his family was there. Everyone's excited. They're nervous. And strike 3. 0 for 3 for Cruz. Listen, everything it can't be a Hollywood moment. He'll get there. A couple batters later, Nestor Cortez trying to get out of a bases-loaded jam, and he does. Nestor had a 20-inning scoreless streak. That was snapped in the 7th, but still going good. To the 9th. Yanks up 5-2. Judge, as we said, no home runs, but singes that one to right. That's career hit number 1,000. Save that baseball. Yankees go on to win it 5-2. Almost 31% of Judge's hits have been home runs. That's a very high percentage. In fact, his 308 career homers are the second most for a player at the time of hit number 1,000. Mark McGwire, the only guy ahead of him, had 311 when he reached that milestone.
Let's cross over to Philly. Want a little brotherly love? How about a little Joel Embiid? There to capture Bryce Harper in action for the Phils. There he is in the house as the Phillies hosting the Astros. Bottom of the 5th, Phillies down 2-0. Brandon Marsh leading off the inning and crushing that one. That is gone, his 13th of the season. And Phillies cut the deficit down to 2-1. So bottom of the sixth, same score, runner on third. Nick Castellanos trying to deliver and does just that. Base hit. Bryce Harper coming in. We're tied at 2. And this game, well, would head on to extras. And that's where Embiid got a little bit involved. Bottom of the 10th, tied at 2. 2 on, none out for Harper facing Josh Hader. Embiid recording the moment on his phone. So watch this. What a moment to record. Base hit. Kyle Schwarber trucking around third. And that's the game-winning run. I love that view right there. But can I get an Embiid Selly view, please? Yes, I can. Look at how it turned out from Embiid's point of view. Either way, you see it. The Phils get the 3-2 win in 10. And Embiid looks like he's got a little future, maybe behind the camera. We shall see. Phils win. We got to settle this argument. David, I'm telling you, he's a Red Sox.
Listen, I saw the start of the game. The man is a Blue Jay.
But he was traded earlier this year.
He's wearing a Blue Jays jersey. Am I right?
Ryan, you're right. David, you're right. You're both right here. On June 26th, Danny Jansen was batting for the Blue Jays when the game was suspended. And then yesterday, he was catching for the Red Sox when the game was resumed because he was traded in between. So he's the first player ever to play for 2 teams in the same day, in the same game. As he told me, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm the first. He said, I'm going to have to keep the lineup card and get it framed. Also, he was a father of 1 when he was batting for the Blue Jays. He was a father of 2 when he was catching for the Red Sox. As my friend Richard Griffin said, now that is a long rain delay.
So is one kid a Sox fan, the other kid a Jays fan? Got to figure that out. Okay, so game 1 resumed after over 2 months. Look at the scoreboard. Red Sox, Nick Pivetta pitching to former Blue Jay Danny Jansen. Dalton Varsho pinch hitting for Jansen. Jansen catching for Reese McGuire, who was DFA'd on July 28th. What is happening? So the count's 0-1 to start. So Varsho fouls it back. Now it's 0-2 after seeing only 1 pitch. And then next pitch, Jansen's like, I don't know what's happening. Varsho strikes out. And Jansen throw late there trying to stop the steal. So that ends Jansen's at-bat. Varsho credited with the strikeout on 2 strikes. I wonder if Jansen was cheering against himself during that. Deep thoughts here. Then Will Wagner striking out, swinging. So bottom of the second, Jansen at-bat for the Sox, and he pops one out to first. So the inning is finally over after over 2 months. Get it? Got it? Good. Bottom of the 9th. Sox down 4-1. Jansen at bat. Strikes out. Look at that lineup card. Give that man that lineup card. Jansen, what's it like to make history in the weirdest way?
I took a moment before the game when I was out there. I got my wife, kids, and some family in town as well. So it was cool to, experience that with them and have them there. And I guess it hasn't fully hit me yet. I don't know. It's I'll tell you what, I was surprised when I found out I was the first one to do it a little bit. So it's cool. It's leaving a stamp like that on the game. It's interesting and it's strange, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to have that. And so yeah, at the end of the day, it's a cool thing.
So Sox lose 4-1, but Jansen makes history. When the game began, let's break this down. 2 months ago, he was the Jays' starting catcher and in the middle of a plate appearance when the game was stopped. So Varsho struck out for him. Didn't actually have an official at-bat for the Jays. He went 0 for 0. Now, when it resumed on Monday, he was put in the game for Boston in the second inning, catching the at-bat he himself began for Toronto originally, and he went 1 for 4 for the Sox in the game.
Is that like being in the Matrix or something? What is that? Something's going on there. Danny, you may wish he was back in Toronto Blue. Jays won the first game, same result in the nightcap. George Springer, who homered in the first, cuts it inside Pesky's pole. Second of the day, 19th of the year. Then in the 9th inning, Blue Jays up 5-3. Alejandro Kirk, a little squibber. Nicky Gaspard makes a play, Chris Martin covering, and just drops the baseball. That'll happen when Alejandro is barreling down that line. Red Sox have lost 4 in a row. To hoops we go, and the best team in the WNBA, the Liberty, coming off a loss and on the road in Phoenix, trying to get right. Diana Taurasi, she had her game face on, apparently. Breanna Stewart, another former UConn product. Stewie, defense a bit lax here. Mercury providing very little resistance. Liberty up by 4, and then Sabrina Ionescu. She got 13 in this one. Liberty by 9 after 1. Quarter 2, a little history made by a couple Mercury stars. We think of Diana Taurasi as just a shooter. That's assist number 2349 to Brittany Griner. She's now 4th all-time in assists. Mercury down 7 at that point. Later in the quarter, more history. Stewie drives, rejected by Griner. Her 800th career block, just the 3rd player to reach that mark. We go to halftime, tied at 38. To the 4th we go. Liberty now up by 7. Stewart taking over, elbow jumper, nicely done. Just keep feeding her. She gets the ball in the paint. Nice move, tough shot. Stewie with 21 on the night. Then Jonquel Jones, the wraparound to Benijah Laney Hamilton. Corner 3. New York restores order. They go to Phoenix and win by 14. Liberty now 26-5. The uniqueness of that team is unquestioned. 3 games off the best record in the WNBA.
So unique. Well, that'll do it for us. Hey, by the way, don't count out the fever, by the way. I got a fever. Indiana. Christopher Walken, shout out. SportsCenter YouTube. Enjoy your Tuesday.